All right, let's dive in. We're going to talk about how to take your Azure deployment process from, a slow, manual chore into something that's actually a sophisticated, automated powerhouse. Think of this as your roadmap to really leveling up your CI/CD game.
So let's just be real for a second. Are you, or is your team, still deploying to Azure by clicking around in the portal, navigating through all those different menus? If that sounds even a little familiar, you know the pain I'm talking about. It's a super common place to start, but honestly, it's also where all the problems begin.
So here's the journey we're going on together. We're going to start with that manual grind. Then we'll move into that first awesome taste of automation with a basic pipeline. After that, we'll mature it into a real production-grade system. And finally, we'll get to the top of the mountain, a scalable, templated platform that just works.
Every great journey has a starting point, right? And for a lot of teams working in Azure, it's this, the manual grind. It might feel like you have a lot of control when you're clicking everything yourself, but trust me, that's just an illusion, and it comes at a really high cost.
And what are those costs exactly?
Well, first, you get inconsistent environments. The classic, well, it works on my machine headache. It's just so time-consuming and tedious, and of course, it's wide open to human error. One wrong click and poof, everything could go down. Plus, when something does go wrong, good luck figuring out what happened, because there's no clear audit trail. This is the pain that makes you realize something has to change.
So, how do you actually escape that grind? You do it by taking that first huge leap forward, building your very first automated pipeline. And this, my friends, is where things start to get really exciting.
And the tool for the job here is Azure Pipelines. Now, this isn't just about running a script. It's really about adopting a whole new philosophy. You're building a process that is automated, 100% repeatable, and it guarantees consistency every single time it runs.
And I'm telling you, that first time you push some code and just watch the build kick off, the test run, and the deployment succeed, all without you lifting a finger, it feels like actual magic. It's a massive aha moment where you immediately see just how valuable this automation stuff is. But, that initial magic, it starts to face reality pretty quick. That simple pipeline you built might be deploying straight to a dev environment, or even worse, maybe it's going right to production. There are no formal approvals, no safety nets. The risk of a bug slipping all the way through is just incredibly high. It turns out simple automation isn't quite enough when you're doing serious production-level work.
And that brings us to what I think is the most critical phase of this whole journey, making your pipelines reliable, secure, and safe enough that you can actually trust them with your production environment.
This is really the leap from the early stage to being a true pro. You go from a single pipeline where you have to manually promote everything to this sophisticated multi-stage workflow. Now, code can just flow automatically from dev to QA, and then it waits for a formal approval before it ever gets near production. This is what a professional pipeline looks like. And right here, this is the crucial shift in mindset. At first, the goal was just speed. Let's automate so we can go faster. But in this phase, the goal becomes deploying safely. Suddenly, reliability and stability are your top priorities. And to get that safety, you start using specific, powerful strategies. We're talking mandatory approvals before anything hits production. We're talking handling deployment securely across different Azure subscriptions. You might even start adopting advanced patterns like blue/green deployments, where you can deploy to a parallel environment and ensure zero downtime for your users. Okay, so you've built safe, reliable pipelines. What's next? The final phase is all about scaling that success across your entire organization. It's about turning what you've done into a true, reusable platform.
The key technology that unlocks this is pipeline templates. So instead of every single team building their pipeline from scratch, you provide these centralized, reusable templates. They enforce all your security rules and quality best practices, while at the same time giving developers a really simple, self-service way to get their code deployed.
And the crucial point here is the massive gain in efficiency. Just look at this. The amount of effort it takes a team to create a new production-ready pipeline just plummets when they can grab a pre-approved template from the platform. It gets rid of all the friction and just speeds up development for everybody.
Okay, so we have covered a lot of ground. Let's pull this all together into a really clear roadmap that you can take and use to guide your own CI/CD evolution. Here it is, your three-phase plan. Step 1, just automate everything. Get out of the portal and into a basic pipeline. Step 2, secure your production gates. Use stages and approvals. And step 3, standardize that success by creating templates that can scale across all your teams. And why this matters is simple. It gives you a real actionable path to get from wherever you are today to a truly mature CI/CD practice.
So as we wrap this up, just take a second and think about where you are on this roadmap. Your journey to a better, safer, and faster deployment process on Azure, it all starts with a single step. The only question left is, what's yours going to be?